All right, guys, let's do this. We got a fair bit to talk about in these two matchups on Friday evening. There, the Warriors got a pretty nice win in the end over the Dogs. So if you were one of those guys that got to go and watch that, I saw that Mr. Kyle Lomas was there and enjoyed it. So great win for the Warriors. Very tough game for the Dogs. That first half was horrendous in terms of ball handling, and just really set them up for a poor game. They obviously had it pretty close there. They had a good start second half and then fell away again. Obviously a bunch of fun tries for the Warriors, and just great to see them back playing at home and getting some nice wins. And then the second game of the week, the night, was the Bunnies getting a great win over the Eels. And it's such an interesting one, isn't it, with how good the Eels can be. They came out and dominated the Panthers, and obviously a few things went their way as well, but they showed their class, and then they show that they just have, I don't know, what is it? It's a mental fortitude, is it effort? Do they just clock off and then don't know how to get it back? I don't know. There's so many experienced players in that team, and they just keep doing it year after year. It just doesn't change, which is, if you're an Eels fan, you're super just frustrated, right? Like, it's just very, very strange one. You can see the Dogs, that they've got plenty of improvement in them. There's some great formations being built between a few of their players, and the Warriors obviously being back at home is a great thing for them. So great news for them. Obviously on the Bunny side of the ball, just amazing. They're playing so good at the moment, and they have a lot of improvement in them. What Latrell's doing at the moment, every time he touches a footy, most of the time he's only running 60, 70, 80 meters a game. But when he does touch the footy, it's absolutely electric. The passing, the crazy runs that he can do, and just bust players, and to have that talent to see gaps that a lot of people don't. It's very, very hard to see and notice the amount of players that can actually run a good line, and you see he's just always in that right position. So yeah, real interesting games. Obviously, you haven't any close ones yet, which is annoying. Apart from this one being about 18 or 16 all at like 55 minutes. But yeah, in terms of scoring, we have Adam Finnell-Blake with a nice try. So he did well, 200 meters in this one, 6 tackle breaks. So big efforts on his part in that 54 minutes. You had Joshy Curran, who ended up playing the 47 minutes, which was very low compared to what we traded him in the People squad, and thankfully had a spectacular 47 minutes. Really, the couple of offloads to go along with 42 in base, and that nice line break to pick up 59. So very annoying that he got pushed back to the bench. We were hoping that he was going to get some big minutes through the middle. It ended up not happening. So hopefully next week he can start, just with how well, how great he showed his ability to come on and make a big impact. So that's probably the only worry, is that because he had such a good impact in that amount of time on the park, that he'll continue those minutes. But we'll take the 59. Reece Walsh had a solid one as well. Obviously earlier on there's a couple of random error, like one random error there out of his own end, which ended up resulting in that try, unfortunately. But that was that for him. For Talamarino, if you end up holding on to him, you got that 59 in the full 80 minutes, which was really nice. He had 56 in base, which is spectacular, and even just the 2 tackle breaks. So he hasn't been getting big attacking stats numbers here at the moment, but he's been doing a great job, and finally gets those big minutes and a big score, which we're very used to him getting. So unfortunately, if you trade him out, you're fairly annoyed, but a great 1.6 ownership percentage. So yeah, not too many going on there. Tohu Harris, so obviously the 234 meters for him, the 33 tackles was great. A couple of random negatives, but that's fine. You had 56 in base and a 55 score. So you're getting, he's outdoing his price at the moment, so price just under 50, and a great job from him. If you're still holding on Maxi King, 46 for him in the 50 minutes was fine. Put the offload away, which was annoying for those that own him. But again, still able to hold him. He's in that mold of like the McInnes, the Tamalolo at the moment, scoring just under that 50 on an average there. Averillo was solid. How the hell did he not get injured? His leg was bent sideways about a meter, and somehow got out of that. So very thankful for him that he got out alive. Ewan Aiken, we had almost a try. We had taken away. We did put it down on the whoever it was, Averillo's or someone's leg there, which is obviously never a try, but I don't even know. It looked like he was tackled like a meter out, but you could see through, from the angle that they showed, you couldn't see his arm, stretched out and putting the ball down. They just gave it a try straight away. I was like, what? So yeah, obviously overturned. But 41, you take it in the centres. He's priced a little bit over that, but 41 you'll cop in this game without any attacking stats at all. So 29 tackles for no misses was a big win there. If you picked up Dejan Arce at the 39 there, 1 try assist, and just points across the board with limited negatives is exactly what you're wanting out of him. And if you went him over Jamin Salmon, obviously at the higher price, but you get that centre or wing fullback score, which is what you would have needed. if you traded out Josh Jackson, you ended up with a good win there. He had neg 17, which was not ideal. Really strange for him to have 6 missed tackles, but you can see obviously at the end of the game. And then he also only played the 64 minutes for that lower score of 38. So not ideal, and he's someone I would be upgrading if you still have a couple of trades up your sleeve. I imagine a lot of people upgraded him this week. Mr. Edwards, so played 73 minutes on the edge there. Really ran the ball for 19, which is ridiculous for how much he ran the ball last week. 35 though you'll take if you decide to bring him in at that cheaper price. Moving down the line, you got Karaz 2 low ones in a row now, so that's very frustrating for him. And we had a real tough game for Matty Burton, in all things considered, with how he's been scoring over the year. To have just such a really strange game, a neg 18, had 0 attacking stats, just the 3 goals, but no try assists, no tackle breaks or offloads there. Really low kick meters and low run meters, but they dropped the ball plenty. And he was one of those people that did with the 3 errors, but obviously all the teammates in the first half especially, so they couldn't create any momentum to build up from at that point, and he unfortunately lost out on that one. So if you have faded him the last bunch of weeks, this is finally the week that you get a bit of benefit of not having him. Similarly to if you don't hold a Cleary or something like that. And if you brought in Torpany, he'd end up moving to the bench and copped 19 minutes. So great PPM, but just, the minutes was down. And it's so hard to predict these types of players, so hard to predict these tanks. But very annoying if you end up with Torpany. And we'll have to see what happens next week, if Raymond's there, if Harrison Edwards is getting those big minutes again, or if Torpany's going to get that start. Okay, on the Eels Rabbitohs side of things, we have an interesting one. We have plenty of great scorers, and if you own anyone in this top 5, then you're absolutely cheering. And what I will say is that let me know if you know anyone or many people, or you are yourself, that someone's highly emotional. This is exactly how I feel when I'm watching Reid Marnie. The emotion that I feel up and down week to week on this scoring and what he shows on the park is just ridiculous. I think he did have a very, very good game last night. He did have a few negatives in there. There's neg 13, but the amount of tackles that, the amount of effort he was putting in for that tackling, 65 there, the 3 misses obviously, but just throwing himself, that means he's throwing himself for 68 tackles. And a few of them where you hold on for a second and go away, that doesn't count as a tackle. But the great effort from him. Obviously they got smashed, but he, even that last pass right at the end, that was completely fine pass. He saw the gap, and just whoever he passed it to was not ready. Like he's always, he was passing out in front. He was doing a great job. That just the rest of the team wasn't doing so well. So I will acknowledge that he played really well in this game. Just in general, ran the ball a bit more, had the one kick out of dummy half. Just in general, played a much better game. And you've got to give him his props when they're due. But I'm definitely someone that's highly emotional when it comes to Reid Marnie. We'll head back up the top. And Cam Murray got an early mark in this one, 73 minutes straight. He's incredible. 80 points in this one, so 60 in base, the 4 offloads there, just 0 negatives. Like, he's incredible. Can't believe how good he's gotten. Like, he just keeps improving. He's still super young, 25, 26, and he's probably got another couple of years of growth before he'll level out at his peak. And I think he could go down as one of the greats if he continues this as he's going for the next 5 to 8 years there. Already played a lot of games. I'm not sure if you pop in the comments how many games he's played already in the NRL. Spectacular. Latrell Mitchell, speaking of spectacular, 211 metres in this one. His first 2 touches were line breaks, so very big congratulations to Latrell and anyone who picked him up this week or owns him. He's obviously owned by a decent amount and getting his average right up there. And this makes sense. Like, they're starting to play spectacular footy, the Bunnies, and he's a big beneficiary and a big reason why they are playing so well. So even Cody Walker's improving his gameplay as well since Latrell's been back. It was Murray and Cook carrying them the whole time, and he's been absolutely killing it of recent times. 3 line breaks, had the try assist, didn't even score a try and still picked up 80. So big efforts from him, and Damien Cook as well. So 55 in base. So the run meters, anytime he gets over 100, he's going to get great scoring. He's got 14 there in attacking stats and the try assist. So again, a perfect game from him. 2 missed tackles. So him and Murray only, actually all 3 of them. There's 2 missed tackles between the 3 of them. So 2 negative stats between the top 3 guys there. There's no chance they're going to lose if the top 3 guys are playing that well. So well done. And Sean Lane just continues to dominate. Whoever it was in the comments that said, "Oh, don't talk about Lane, you'll jinx him." Didn't jinx him, mate. Just you know why? It's because I didn't bring him in. He best year of his life. Congratulations to Laney. He has been their best player by far this year, I believe. yeah, Papali'i's been amazing as well, but I even think Laney's had a better year. Just, I think maybe he's more most improved, you'd say. But yeah, Pups, for example, we can talk about him as well, 60. So got the 60 in base and a couple of negatives, but did his thing there. And got the 60. Johnson, another 2 tries, best job in the world. Amazing player, best job in the world. He's into 8th overall in the try scoring forever, and he's my age. So incredible times for him and for that that Rabbitohs team. They're improving each and every week. It's great. Madison's got a 53 this week, so much better than what he has been producing, and still really low on that offload number, which you'd hope that he has a game or two where that increases, which just hasn't happened of recent time. Arrow, Kalamatangi, and Totola, all solid scores, 47, 51, and 52 there. He just had the limited attacking stats in terms of tackle breaks and offloads for Colo. This week, I did have the 1 try assist though, so the big run meters is great, just didn't get as much movement through there in terms of the attacking stats. Gutho was solid for anyone who picked him up. Did his thing. Again, they got smashed, so for him to get 45 is okay. Very similarly with Brownie, for him to still get 41 in this game where they were fairly well dominated, didn't have a tackle break at all. They seemed to just hold on to him a few times. He kind of threatened to go through or to make a tackle break or a break, and it just didn't happen. Isaiah Tass was solid, 200 metres for him, and a try assist and a line break, big tick. Jacob Arthur had the big kick meters, just did his thing. So if you played him, you picked him up, he got the 37, which was okay. Hawkins, a solid game for him, did his job, that's for sure. Isaac Thompson, a really nice try again for him in this game. And then guys like Penasini weren't going to ever have ridiculous scores. He almost scored one there that they pulled back. And David Wiley, 14. If you're playing him, annoying. But that's that video, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. Like, subscribe. I look forward to these 3 Saturday games. It's going to be a fair bit of fun here. So obviously got my favourite game of the week is going to be Cowboys versus Roosters. Should be plenty of fun. Obviously, there's going to be a big valve for Paul Green in that one, considering he played for the Roosters as well. So please, try and be there to watch that and experience that. And then we've got a couple more fun games with Tigers Sharks. So see how Dewey's going to go in that one, as well as guys like Joe O. Safe Arthur's out as well, guys. Just be aware of that. And in that Sharks one, Talakai is out if you own him. And then we've got the Broncos v Knights, which is going to be an interesting one. The Broncos definitely need to step back into the winning formula and get away from that 7th position, because it's pretty scary down there. You don't want to be coming up against a Rabbitohs or something in this next in that first week of the finals. That's for sure. So that's our video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Catch you in the next one.